What up, ladies and gents, boys and girls? You are now tuned in to a brand new video of Sportsway with Dre Day podcast. I am your host with the most, the Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's very own Dre Day. What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Sportsway with Dre Day podcast is the name. Also, hit that notification bell so that way once a video is uploaded to YouTube, you will get a notification letting you know that I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend and tell a friend, all that good stuff. This video here, less than 24 hours ago, I did a video where I said an end of an era is possibly on the horizon in Pittsburgh. Possibly. Aaron Rodgers could possibly be retiring, and Mike Tomlin could possibly be leaving the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it just so happened I was in jury duty and got a notification. Mike Tomlin stepping away from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, again, it said parting ways from the Pittsburgh Steelers. It didn't say Steelers fired Mike Tomlin, but they said that he parted ways with the Steelers. Now, reading between the lines, do I think they was probably going to fire him? Probably not. Because again, I think I said this last night in my video where I said the Steelers are not known to firing their coaches. Again, like I said, in my lifetime, they've had two head coaches. Mike Tomlin for 19 years and Bill Cowher. Now, obviously, Chuck Noll was the coach before that, but again, I said in my lifetime. So, yeah. So they're not known for firing coaches. So for them to say that he has agreed to step down, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he didn't get fired. I'm going to say this was a mutual agreement. And now the search is on for a new head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But before I even get into that, I just want to say this. It's about time. I actually have no problem with this decision. Again, I said this a while ago that it's time that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a new voice on that sideline. It's only so much you can, muster up. And again, he's been with this franchise for 19 years, okay? So it's not that many coaches that hang around with teams for that long to begin with, especially in the NFL. I mean, the only one I can think of is Coach Belichick with the Patriots. And when it comes to all these other teams, they don't really be having coaches for that long. At least not in this era. Now, obviously, back in the day, you had the Vince Lombardis, the Chuck Nolls, the Tom Landrys, the Bill Walsh. They were around for a long, long time with one team. But in this new era, coaches are not sticking around that long. So the fact that he stuck around for 19 years is amazing. Now, of course, the elephant in the room, never had a losing season. Yes, we commend him for that. For 19 years, the Pittsburgh Steelers never had a losing season. But see, here's the thing. Even without those losing seasons, again, 19 years he coached with the Steelers. 12 years they went to the playoffs. Now y'all do the math. If he did 19 years with Pittsburgh, made the playoffs 12 years. There was some years that he didn't make the playoffs. that would be 7 years, but they still had a winning record. So that gets glossed over from the fact that, okay, 19 years you've coached here, 12 years you made the playoffs, 7 years you didn't make it, but hey, you don't have a losing record, so we're gonna take that and run with it. Me personally, if I had to put a grade on his tenure with the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is just me being objective. If I'm going to give a grade, I gotta give him a C. I gotta give him a C. I can't give him a B. I can't give him a B. Like, I'm not like I'm okay, granted. Winning record every year. That's beautiful. But again, even with those winning records, it's empty calories because with some of those winning records, you didn't even make the playoffs. So I gotta penalize you for that. You've had 2 Super Bowl appearances. You won one of them. You lost the other one. So you're 50-50 when it comes to Super Bowls. Then let's factor in the last time you even went to a Super Bowl. The last time you went to the Super Bowl, I believe, was in 2010. That was 15 years ago. Well, now 16, now that we're in 2026. So it's about 15, 16 years since the last time you went to the Super Bowl. And I'm supposed to sit here and celebrate that? Okay, 7-time division winner. Kudos. You have a 62% winning percentage with Pittsburgh. 193 wins, 114 losses. That's just regular season. Overall, 201 wins, 126 losses. But now this is where I really got to penalize you. Your playoff record. You are 8-12 in the postseason. In your 19 years of coaching Pittsburgh, you are 8-12 in the playoffs. That's 40%. I cannot give you a B grade. I got to give you a C grade. It's only right. It's only right. You know, I can't be one of these folks up here and be biased because he's black and he's a brother, which I'm glad he is that, and he's done well with Pittsburgh. But I gotta call it how I see it. And I actually did a video a few years ago comparing him to Doc Rivers. I said Mike Tomlin was the Doc Rivers of the NFL, living off of one championship. And it's ironic that they both won their one championship in the same year. Doc Rivers won his championship in 2008 against Kobe and the Lakers when he was with the Celtics. Beat them 4-2. Early that year, Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, he got his one Super Bowl against the Arizona Cardinals. I believe in Super Bowl 43, if I'm not mistaken. So for years, I've always pinned Mike Tomlin as the Doc Rivers of the NFL. You have these playoff appearances, you don't do nothing with them, and you're only living off of that one championship that you had a long time ago, long time ago, long time ago, in the words of Bernie Mac. And then now, like I said, when it comes to playoffs, with that loss last night to the Houston Texans, that is your 7th straight loss in the playoffs. You haven't had a playoff win since 2016, and that was against the Kansas City Chiefs. That means every year after that, when you made the playoffs, you lost. I can't sit here and give you a B grade. I can't do it. I can't. C. Now, I'm quite sure we've all been to school. You had excellent, you had good, you had satisfactory, you had need improvement, and then you had promotion in doubt, right? I got to say he's a satisfactory coach. Of course, you know, People are going to praise the non-losing people are going to praise the non-losing seasons, and we give him props for that. But this man was almost on verge of breaking Marvin Lewis's record with losing playoff games in a row. I don't even know the exact number, but Marvin Lewis, his tenure with the Cincinnati Bengals, it's like every year they made the playoffs, they was getting bumped in the first round. Every year. Because I don't think it was any years where they won the divisional playoffs. They advanced to in the divisional series. I think every year they was in the wild card, and every year they lost. Every year they lost. And that's how he got canned years ago. So me personally, like, I honestly think this was the right decision. It's time for Pittsburgh to rebuild because it's looking like Aaron Rodgers is probably going to retire, which he should. Because, I mean, he was praising Mike Tomlin. Like, Mike Tomlin is a people's coach, like a player's coach, right? He's one of those coaches that their players will want to run through a brick wall for him. And I give him that. Like, that's the aura that he has, where he would basically have his players run through a brick wall for him. But like I just said, like what's been going on with this franchise for all of these years, and again, this is a storied franchise. There are two teams in the NFL, in the history of the NFL, with 6 championships. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. So when you think of storied franchises, the Pittsburgh Steelers is one of them. 1A, 1B, depending on who you ask. And you only got one championship to show for it your whole tenure there. You got 12 playoff appearances. And then in your last 7 appearances, you've lost every game. Every game you've lost. Yeah, it was time. It was definitely time. It was definitely time. Now the question is, where this again, like I have in the title, what's the next best coaching option? Now, I totally forgot to mention that the Miami Dolphins fired Mike McDaniel, I believe his name is. Don't be surprised if they start going after Mike Tomlin. I'm quite sure a lot of these teams, once it was announced, when Adam Schefter put out that report that Mike Tomlin was stepping down as Pittsburgh's head coach, it wouldn't surprise me at all that all of those teams that are looking for coaches started ringing his phone. So you have the Dolphins, you got the Giants, you got the Titans, you got the Raiders, you got the Ravens, and you have the Cleveland Browns. Like, those are the 6 teams that I could think of off the top of my head that are looking for, and the Dolphins. So that's 7 teams that are looking for head coaches. This is just my opinion. This is not anything that I'm hearing on ESPN. This is not me reading tabloids or reading anything on the internet. This is just my opinion. If I had to pick the 2 teams that I think that Mike Tomlin are going to go to, I say it's either the Dolphins or the Giants. Those are the 2 teams. Obviously, the Dolphins wanted nothing to do with Mike McDaniel anymore. Once John Harbaugh got the axe, they said, all right, we can let him go. Because now that we know Harbaugh is gone, we can let him go, and now we can set our sights on John Harbaugh. But now that Mike Tomlin is now in the fold, don't be surprised if they try to go after him too. But again, those are my 2 options. I say either Giants or Dolphins. That's where I see him going. If it ain't one of those 2, maybe he takes a year off. Who knows? Maybe he takes a year off. He does some CBS work. Now that Matt Ryan has relinquished his spot on NFL Today to, be the president of the Atlanta Falcons, if I'm not mistaken, that leaves a seat open Who's to say that Mike Tomlin doesn't go over there and do that for a year and then get back into coaching for the 2027 season? Who knows? So those are my two options. I say either the Giants or Dolphins, or he takes a year off. That's my conclusion. Now, this is what like. This would be ironic, right? Even though I don't think it's going to happen, but let's play that game, right? Could you imagine if John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin just switch coaching cities? Wouldn't it be crazy that if Mike Tomlin went to Baltimore and John Harbaugh went to Pittsburgh? I don't think it would happen, but let's have a little fun here, right? Could you imagine what would happen? I don't think it's going to happen, but let's just have a little fun here, right? But y'all hit me in the comments, all right? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me where y'all think he's going to wind up. I told y'all where I think he's going to wind up at, but y'all tell me where y'all think he's going to wind up, all right? There's plenty of teams, and I think I forgot the Falcons too, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of teams out there. There's a lot of teams out there that are looking for a new head coach, and Mike Tomlin is a formidable coach. I'm not going to sit here and say great coach, because that word great gets thrown around a lot. I wouldn't say great. I would say he's a very good coach. I'm not going to say great. I can't call you great with one Super Bowl. I can't call you great with one. All right. And then, you know, your streak of not winning playoff games, I can't call you great. I would say a very good head coach. Very good head coach. Very respected head coach. But yeah, y'all hit me in the comments and y'all tell me where y'all think he's going to wind up. If you're listening to this and your team is looking for a head coach, would you want your team to go after him? Hit me in the comments and y'all tell me what y'all think. It's a wrap for this video. Once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support of the podcast. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Sports Where We Dre Day Podcast is the name. Also, hit that notification bell so that way once a video is uploaded to YouTube, you will get a notification letting you know that I dropped a new video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, tell a friend, all that good stuff. In closing, y'all know how this goes. This has been another video of Sports Where We Dre Day Podcast. Catch y'all on the flip side. God bless. Peace and love. Your boy is out of here. And we gone.